Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today, something we haven't done in a while, we're gonna go ahead and do a whole wave. So we're doing the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave of Marvel Legends. So today on the video here, we're gonna be talking about 7 action figures. So we're gonna be talking about the entire wave. So we'll talk about the Hydra Stomper, we'll talk about Gamora, we'll talk about Talos, we'll talk about Nick Fury, we'll talk about Agatha Harkness, Goliath, haven't seen yet in the MCU, and Yelena Belova, along with Kingpin. So actually 8 figures in this video. We are taking a look at the whole wave. So you know, just using the Kingpin box here as an example, we are of course exiting the era of plastic-free packaging. So regardless of how you felt about this experiment, take in the aesthetics kind of one last time here of the plastic-free packaging. Of course, you know, the rendered figure art on the front. This does come, in this case, Kingpin does come from the Hawkeye wave, so we get the Hawkeye Disney Plus emblem up top, as well as the branding there. Of course, you know, as you go down the list, you get the WandaVision for Agatha, you get Secret Invasion for Fury and Talos, and then What If for Warrior, Gamora, and Goliath, and then one last time you get the Hawkeye logo for Yelena. So, you know, nothing really much to say about the box here. Of course, we get our little map of Build-A-Figures. Kingpin is the odd man out of the wave. He does not have the Build-A-Figure piece with him. But yeah, so I don't know what else there is to say about the packaging. Nothing. Let's let's get this into the light box and take a closer look at the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave of Marvel Legends. Let's go. There you have it, folks. There is your Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure wave. And we've got a mixed bag here. So, an all MCU wave, which you know I absolutely love. I had to go all in on this wave for a couple reasons. One, I did not get the Hydra Stomper the first time around, the Mark 1, the big green one that Captain Carter rides on. I really dig the design of this. We haven't seen it in action yet, but this will be presumably season 2 of Marvel's What If. We get the really cool alternate Steve Rogers head on there. Really, really cool figure. Love the way that it moves. It has like these cool ratcheted pieces too, so like everything really kind of stays and sticks. It's a very, very sturdy figure. Not a super big Build-A-Figure. You know, he's significantly taller than everyone else. He stands and poses really well. And for me, he's actually, I think, the second best figure in the wave in terms of just kind of like figure. Obviously, the one that I was most looking forward to, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but was Kingpin. I love Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin in the MCU. I think this figure is stunning. I loved how he appeared in Hawkeye, rocking the white and the purple. He's got the cane. His face could be a little more dynamic. It's a very neutral expression that they went with, but you know, the Kingpin in the MCU is typically neutral. So, you know, I think that's okay. And of course, he looks absolutely awesome next to Charlie Cox's Daredevil. So like this is one that was a long time coming for me. I would say my next favorite one, as I knock them all over, my next favorite one is definitely Catherine Hahn as Agatha Harkness. This figure is gorgeous. I love what they did with the hair. I love the likeness, the way that they sculpted all the robes and everything. It's just fantastic. Just know, though, in terms of action figure, just because of the amount of layers, they did provide a cut in the skirt, but just the amount of layers, the way that the figure articulates, she's kind of just gonna stand there. Now, granted, we haven't seen this character do much other than kind of float in the air and you know, use magic. So I think, you know, this is ultimately fine. You know, you're going to be able to put her on a flight stand really easily, you know, and she has this kind of nice wind-blown effect to, you know, how her, and then you can see kind of this translucent plastic. Just a really, really, really good likeness. Great representation of the character, and they absolutely nailed the expression on Catherine Hahn there. So just absolutely awesome figure. Next up for me is going to be Talos. Again, Ben Mendelsohn, the likeness on this, really, really cool. We've got some new pinless text across the sculpt on this. Really, really cool. And also, you know, outside of the swappable hands and head, we have a new type of swappable head. So in order to kind of get that seamless look, you can see the neck is actually built into the peg, so or built into the head. And you still get a pretty wide range of movement there, but the scroll head on Talos is also awesome. And, you know, you can see he looks down and looks up very easily, but you get a really nice kind of seamless swap there on the neck, and you do get the hands. I didn't grab them, so that's next up. This figure is kind of surprising. I mean, I like the Ant-Man, the MCU Ant-Man buck that they build on, and this seems to be kind of a modified version of that. So, you know, we do have pinned knees and elbows on Goliath here. We have not seen Goliath yet in the MCU. This is going to be, again, presumably from whatever season 2 of What If looks like, and one can presume that Lawrence Fishburne's character, things go a little bit different for him in the MCU, and he becomes, you know, kind of the Ant-Man character, presumably. But a lot of really cool, you know, just similarities between the Ant-Man figure and the design on this. There is definitely some kind of new sculpting, especially in the belt area here. You've got the big G for Goliath, which is really cool. Next up is Yelena Belova. Again, amazing likeness of Florence Pugh here. The braiding on her hair is it's just fantastic, and it doesn't really come across very well in the lighting here, but there is a really nice wash on her hair that kind of really brings out the texture and the detail on it. Her suit, very simple. Again, this is her look in from the Hawkeye series. She comes with her batons. She does have her cuffs on, though. You know, and hopefully, you know, knock on wood, this is kind of similar to how she's going to appear in the Thunderbolts. You know, fingers crossed. This is her second figure. Vast improvement in the likeness department from her Black Widow film figure. So very, very cool. Next up is on kind of my ranking here would be Warrior Gamora. All new sculpting on this across the board, with the exception of Thanos's double-bladed situation here. You know, she's got pinless everything, double elbows, double knees. I find her boots and her feet, she has kind of that platform situation happening. Makes it her a little on the difficult side to pose. Again, you know, too, with those animated proportions from What If, you know, it can make that kind of difficult. I think the print on her face, you know, getting that animated face, they did a fantastic job. Great ombre on the hair. Just overall, you know, very well designed figure. But I think based on kind of just how difficult she can be to pose, you know, and you know, kind of a limited articulation as well, you know, due to her armor. We really only have the chest articulation. She doesn't do much at the waist, and by much I mean she doesn't do anything at the waist. So you know, this is definitely my next to least favorite figure in the wave. Now, my least favorite figure in the wave is definitely Nick Fury, and I it pains me to say that because my only Nick Fury figure outside of this one from the MCU was from the Toys R Us exclusive 3-pack with Coulson and Maria Hill. So we were in desperate need of a new Nick Fury, and while the likeness, both with and without the hat, I think are fantastic, the figure is just has my least favorite thing in any Marvel Legends figure. It is kind of my only pet peeve when it comes to Marvel Legends. I feel like I'm very easy to please, but boy do I hate these male suited legs. I hate them. I actually hate them. It is one of the few things in toys that I will come straight out and say, like, I do not like these. I hate that they're using them. I'm so happy that they're being retired soon. I'm drawing a blank on which figure. You guys could let me know in the comments, remind me which figure, but they did say they've re-engineered the male suited legs on Nick Fury, or male suited legs just kind of in general, you know, new suited legs. These bow so easily. I mean, like, I find these so hard to pose. Like, just even the most simple poses I find to be extremely difficult. It's really tough, and it's a shame too, because, you know, I think they really did a great job with Nick Fury's likeness on this, you know, Samuel L. Jackson, but these suited legs are ready for retirement. They are ready to go. I know that they can do better. We've seen better male suited legs, you know, even like the legs on Talos, the jeans are very good, but like, this is going to be one of those figures where once you get him in a pose, you'd really just leave him there. And you know, it doesn't help too, on top of it, that the coat, the long coat, while obviously film accurate or program accurate, it looks great. You need to be able to kind of move these legs out a little bit wider in order to get him to stand, and you just can't. That's as far out as you can go with them. And, you know, even in terms of something like walking, I can feel that there is articulation under this jacket that's just kind of left inaccessible, you know, based on the sculpt of it, which is really a shame. I'm gonna try to, you saw that one of the arms, I was able to get one of the arms out. I'm gonna try to get the other arm out. Let me try it right now. Let's see what happens. No, I think I'm gonna have to boil this one out. But I'm gonna try to get the other arm out and just kind of see what's underneath this, get a better look. You know, maybe there's some sort of alternative. Maybe I can get a soft goods trench coat for him or something to kind of just liven up this figure a little bit. And it's a shame too, because he comes with some cool accessories. The gun is great. I love the smoke effect. I love the 2 blast effects. You know, it's a shame that this figure was kind of the dud of the wave, and this is a figure that we desperately needed an update for in the MCU. But all in all, you know, for the display, you know, once I get him posed on the shelf, he's gonna look good standing there. So, you know, it's not, by no means is it the end of the world. But if I had to pick a figure that was my least favorite from the wave, it's gotta be old Nick here. So, you know, I think in terms of an MCU collector, though, as a whole, this wave is great Build-A-Figure. Some figures we've desperately needed for a little while now, including, you know, Kingpin and Agatha Harkness, you know, have been very high on people's lists. So, you know, I'm excited to have them in the collection. Let us know what you think. So let us know in the comments below. Did you pick up this wave? What was your overall feeling about it? Did you like it? While you're down there, hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss it when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to all of the Adventures in Collecting things, make sure you follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram, X, TikTok, and where we're constantly posting toy news, deals, availability, anything and everything that we think would help out the community. And then, of course, the podcast. So Adventures in Collecting, you can find us wherever you find podcasts. Simply search for Adventures in Collecting or hit that link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and you can find links to all of the things that I just mentioned. And as always, until next time. Oh, wait, no, I'm going to do that again. As always, it was Agatha all along. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.